Shalom. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutations to the brothers that are laboring and pushing this truth and in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To you I say Shalom. To the Akim and to the Akwath, that will be you brothers and sisters. Adawan Ratazah, that is to say, Lord willing. Hopefully by the end of this lesson, you be edified. This is your brother Amawan Ibad from the GMS Miami camp, back again with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, to feed the lambs of Yahweh Shai, as commanded. And I'm going to entitle this lesson, The Daughter of Babylon is Finished, man. Okay? It's circling the drain. Okay? But you could see clearly it's finished, man. Okay? No longer is that place of that beacon of light, you know, what the nations look to, man. All right. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, okay, the daughter of Babylon is finished, man. Okay, that dream has become a nightmare, man. All right, that dream, when they talk about that American dream, that has become a nightmare, man. Okay, and you can clearly see it, man. You know, you have inflation. At this point, it's becoming hyperinflation. You know, the dollar is being devalued. You know, other nations are looking forward to building up and propping up their own currencies, man. Okay, the ruble. Okay, the Russian ruble. All right, the yuan, the Chinese yuan. Okay, these nations are beginning to do their own thing, man. Okay? And that's causing the dollar, which has been the world reserve currency, to be devalued, man. Okay? Which is going to cause that purchasing power of the dollar to not give you your buck's worth. Okay? Everything is going up except your pay. Right? Everything is going up except your pay. Right? You're paying higher gas prices. Right? It's like it's a burden on your wallet when you go to the pump. And they're talking about some double digits by the summer. Okay, who knows what it would be? Could be 10, could be past 10. All right? This place is circling the drain, man. All right? Food shortages. Your president tell you about the food shortages that they're real. In the Bible, that's called a famine, man. Food shortages are called famine. That's the word. Okay? Famine. Famine. Okay? These things are prophesied, and the words of the Lord doesn't return unto him void, man. So the daughter of Babylon it's finished, man. It's, you know, circling the drain, man, so to speak, man. You know? We can clearly see it, man. You got what's that baby formula shortage. You know, I seen a video with this lady. You know, she had a trolley full. She was in a grocery store somewhere. She had a trolley full with the last set of the baby formula, and this lady was trying to get some. She was arguing with her. You know, say, hey man, you taking all the baby formula? She said, I mean, what about me? What about me and my baby? I ain't supposed to get nothing. She said, I hear before you. I hear before you. I take baby formula. My baby need formula. I buy. I pay money. He said, but what about me? What about my baby? You know? So clearly you can see where it is going, man. All right? When the food shortages really kick in, okay, remember the war in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine so far, because remember, World War III is coming. That's prophesied. Okay? That's prophesied, so it's definitely going to happen. All right? They say Ukraine is responsible for, I forget the percentage that they say, and Russia are the world's wheat. So that's causing that wheat is used to make a lot of different products, man. All right? So that's causing a ripple effect through the global economy, man. All right? The fact that these two countries that are at war and they bring a significant amount, a percentage of wheat to the world market. Okay? That's causing a ripple effect to cause shortages on food. Okay? And then not only that, you see what's been happening with these food processing plants being burnt down, man. It's fire. You know? How coincidental at the same time that's happening. You know? So, as your president said, man, the shortages of food is real. Well, the Bible tells you that a famine tells you of famine and pestilence and these things, man. Okay? But back to the subject. The daughter of Babylon is finished, man, because we seen it, man. We seen all the signs. Okay? They uplift and extol what Benjamin called boogering. Okay? The LGT alphabet lifestyle. They're pushing it all in your face, man. Okay? The Lord say he made Sodom and Gomorrah an example to those who should live ungodly, man. All right? Showing you that's that flood behavior where they're pushing this flood behavior to the max, you know, but the Lord can visit them with fire, man. You know, he's telling you he ain't gonna flood the world no more with water. The Lord said you will be visited, okay, with fire, man. The lake of fire. For those that shall live ungodly, man, pushing this, you know, this alphabet lifestyle to the cloud, man, and pushing it on your children, all through these commercials and stuff like that. You know, this place is through, man. You know, but we've been warned because the scripture's been telling us, man. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, where the scriptures say, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Okay, for it is polluted. And it would destroy you even with a sword of destruction. This place, yeah, this place is polluted, man. Okay, we came here to serve our punishment. Okay, we came here to serve slavery because we transgress against the Most High. So this is our place of punishment, man. Okay, but this is not our rest. All right? This is not our rest. Our rest is going to be in the kingdom, man. All right? So we aren't to get comfortable here. Okay? We aren't to get comfortable here, man. All right? Let's get a few scriptures. Let's go to the book of, let's get Revelation. Let's get, I'll get Revelation chapter, I want to get verse 18, chapter 18 or 17. I'm going to get 18. I'm going to go straight to, you know, when you're watching the movie, and the movie is at its end, and you're getting those closing, what you call them, credentials, if I'm using the right word. Yeah, but this is, man, this is what closed the movie, man. Okay? This is the Lord's movie. He's the greatest director ever. Okay? He write the screenplay. He write the scripts. He set up the characters. Yeah, it's all of the Lord. He's the greatest director ever. Okay, so this is how the closing of the movie is going to be, man. Okay, it's Revelation chapter 18, beginning at verse 1. It says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen. It is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Yeah, these nations, man. Okay, they follow everything Babylon do. Okay, you have the East Indian man. You know, he has his ways of life and traditions. They come to America and follow the ways and philosophies of America. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, and then they change their ways. They start wearing suit and ties. Same thing for the Moabites, so-called Chinese. Okay, all right, Ammonites, so-called Japanese. All right, and these different Middle Eastern nations, man, they drink that wine. Okay, and commit fornication with the daughter of Babylon, man. Okay, and then they take hold of her ways, and they trim their ways to take hold of the ways of Babylon. Okay, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Look at China. China gets super rich through trading with America. Okay, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this right there could be literal in the mind, spiritually to separate in your mind. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it also means literally when the time come, if you given diligence to make a call in an election sure, and being obedient to the word of the Lord, that you be delivered out of this place. Okay, so you don't receive of her plagues, man. Literally being translated out of here by what the world ignorantly calls UFOs. Okay, which is the chariots of Israel. Okay, the vehicles of our Lord, which is the vehicles of our salvation, man. Okay, so let me read Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4 again. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities. Okay, all the wickedness and sins that she heaped onto herself, man. And we know they have been atrocious, man. Okay, the history of slavery. Judah, Benjamin, and Levite being brought over here. The indigenous people, the northern kingdom who was in this land and got their land taken away from them. Okay, and put on reservations, right? Verse 6, it says, render her, Salakia, reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill unto her, Salakia, fill to her double. All right, so she's going to receive double, man. We went into slavery for almost 500 years. They're going to get that double. They're going to be enslaved for 1,000 years, man, and then going to be done away with according to the scriptures, Obadiah 1:18. Okay, verse 7, it says, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Right? This is what she's saying. Let me get a precept for that. Let's go to the book of, I think that's in Isaiah 40, the 47th chapter. Okay, she says she ain't gonna be no widow, man. Talking about the daughter of Babylon, aka America. So she not gonna be no widow. But according to the scripture, let's get that in Isaiah the 47th chapter. This is Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47, beginning at verse 7, it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Okay? You see, according to, what's that? Quick precept for this. It's the book of Psalms. Psalms 149 and verse 11. Let's grab that real quick, and then we're going to go back to Isaiah, then we're going to go back to Revelation 18. Psalms 49 and verse 11. And it says, because they never lay these things to their heart, the latter end, how the latter end would be. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's their inward thought in their mind. They're thinking that they're going to continue to rule forever, when the book of Job chapter 14 and verse 5 tells you that they have boundaries that they cannot pass. Seeing that the number of their days are determined, the number of the number of their months are with thee, meaning the Most High. Okay, thou was giving them, roughly paraphrasing, okay, a boundary that they cannot pass, man. This is Psalm 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Right, so beginning with Alexander the Great, man, when they came through, they conquered all the different lands, and they start naming them after themselves, man. Okay, right? Amerigo Vespucci, right? All right, America. Scipio Africanus, right? And all these other places, man. Okay, what they call Puerto Rico, Richport, right? That's it, man. They didn't lay these things to their heart, man. What would befall them in the latter end? This is Isaiah, going back to Isaiah chapter 47 and 7. It says, and thou didst say, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. What would be happening in these times? Right? Babylon is finished, man. Circle in the dream. Verse 8, it says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But those two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Okay? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. Right? This is what he's been saying, man. To this very day, still saying it. Verse 11, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, right? All these different secret meetings. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Okay? So, they ain't going to be able to stop it, man. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to set before it. Okay? It says, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. From thy youth they shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. Right? These other nations can start going back to their own country, man, and leave you to your own. Okay, 11:33. Call alarm like Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So we're going back to Revelation, right? The 18th chapter. Right? And it says, I'm going to read back the 7th verse again. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. Okay, we just been talking about famine, right? Shortages of food. She shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Is the Lord who's doing this. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right? Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It's only going to take the Lord 1 hour, man. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and moan over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ornaments, right? And ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. This is what's happening, man. It's prophecy. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. So they're going to see this, man. Okay? Second, Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13, where it tells you that, okay, strong is the arm of the Lord. Okay? Say, when those arrows begin to be shot into the ends of the earth, man, meaning those ICBM missiles, man, that's going to create the lake of fire, man. Right? That's going to be televised, man. Okay? It says in verse 18, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast down on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High had avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians, and of pipers, and of trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sounds of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. This place is going to be desolate, man. Only animals are going to dwell here. I tell you that in Isaiah chapter 34 down at the end. Also, Isaiah chapter 13. Also, Isaiah chapter 14. Okay, it says, And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by the sorceries were all nations deceived. Right? Other than the sword, one of Esau's best great attributes is deceit, man. Verse 24, it says, last verse, it says, And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. All right, so the Lord is bringing this to an end, because it says her sins is reached unto heaven, man. And this is also a recompense for the controversy of Zion, man. What they have done to the Lord's people, man. The apple of the Lord's eye. Okay, so this is going to be like the closing of the movie, man. Okay, for the Lord said, for in 1 hour, man, it's only going to take the Lord 1 hour, man, to totally make this place desolate, man. Okay? Through the lake of fire, man, it's going to be created by ICBM missiles, man, what the scriptures call arrows. Okay? Hey, anyway, with that, this has been The Daughter of Babylon is finished, man. Okay? I'm off to end it there. Lord willing, you were edified. On to the next one. Shalom.